Time to get those brains even more warmed up for our math for today. So I know as of right now in your packets, there's different math games to play. We've played a lot of those games before. There is a game, I believe it's called Target That Number. It's one of the first games in the packet. It's a really confusing game. It's a game we have not played before because it is so confusing. It is a second grade game, so that's why it was put in the packet. But please don't feel like you need to figure out how to play that game. The directions are very confusing. There's way too many steps, and I just think it gets way too involved and it loses the objective of practicing what the students need to practice. So I suggest looking at the other games. There's another game, which I don't believe is in there, that you guys can play called Addition Top It, or you can do Subtraction Top It. So I actually have a math deck of cards here. I know you guys don't have these, but you could make your own cards with index cards. You could use playing cards. That would be a great tool if you have playing cards because they do have 4 of each number. And then you can just play from 1 to 10. Or if you wanted to count the queens, the jacks, and the kings as higher numbers, you could do that too. But Keenan and I actually played Addition Top It today. So we each would take 2 cards. So we split the deck between the 2 of us, or if you have 3 players, split the deck between the 3 of you. There's no extra cards left over. There's no pile to take from. You each have your own set of cards. And then you put 2 cards down at a time. So if mine was 5 and 7, I would add them together and I would get my sum. And then I would see what the other players' sum of their cards were. And whoever had the largest sum would take all of our cards. And we just keep playing until one person runs out of cards and there's no more cards, or whenever you decide to end the game. So that's definitely a game that was not in the packet that you could play. And you could do it with subtraction as well. If you're going to do it with subtraction, you just need to remember to take your bigger number and subtract your smaller number. And then you can make up the rules. Whoever has the biggest difference or the smallest difference when you subtract gets to keep all of the cards from the players in that round. Right, so that's just a suggestion. But let's get started on some mental math. So I brought some fact triangles with us today. And then I'm going to show you a little activity that you could do other than a math game today. All right, so here's your first fact triangle. So remember, our big number is always at the top. That is our sum. The 2 numbers on the bottom are the ones that we would add together to get this top number. So I am covering up a number right now. What number am I covering up? 10 plus... Nope. Rewind. 10 minus 0 equals what? Or 0 plus what equals 10? We'll do better on the next one. All right. If you said 10, you are correct. All right, let's take a look at this one. I'm going to cover up the top number now. So we have our bottom numbers, 1 and 12. We add those numbers together to get our top number. So what is our top number? 12 plus 1 equals 13. You got it. All right, let's take a look at another one. Okay, so I have my top number, which is my 7, and my bottom number, which is 4. So 4 plus what equals 7? Or 7 minus 4 equals what? If you have been doing reflex, you know these facts really quickly. What is our missing number? If you said 3, you are correct. All right, let's take a look at these guys. So 14 is my top number with a bottom number of 10, but I am covering up our other bottom number. So 10 plus what equals 14? Or 14 minus 10 equals what? If you said 4, you got it. All right, 2 more left. Let's take a look. Covering our top number now. So we're going to add those 2 bottom numbers up. 12 plus 6 equals what? If you said 18, you got it. All right, and our last one, we're going to cover up a bottom number here. 9 is our top number, so that's our largest number. 9 minus 2 equals this number, or 2 plus what equals 9? If you said 7, you are correct. All right, so those brains should be warmed up by now. So if you did not want to play a math game today, I have another little thing that we can do. So you're going to have to pause the video in a minute or so. We're going to practice some expanded form. Okay. So I have, we don't want to wipe those off. I have some 3-digit numbers here. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our expanded form for these 3-digit numbers, but you guys are going to have some time to write them down. So we're going to practice this first one, right? And then I'm going to ask for you guys to pause the video. You're going to write out all these numbers yourself. You're going to do the expanded form. And then when you unpause the video, I will go through each of them with you and you can check your answers to mine. So remember, expanded form is when we take a number, 2-digit, 3-digit, and we break it up into its parts. It's hundreds, it's tens, and it's ones. And then we bring them back together to make the whole number. So for this first one, 234, right? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So we have 200 plus 30 plus 4. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as our example. And then you're going to pause the video so that you can write your own down on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, whatever it is that you have, and you can solve them before you click play again and we do the answers together. So that is what the expanded form would look like. 200 plus 30 plus 4. All right, go ahead and hit pause. All right, welcome back, guys. I hope you paused me. So you should have them all written and you should have your answers. So now let's go over them and see how you did with them. So 513. All right, so how did you write 513? And if I was with you, you would all have your hands up and I would be finding someone to call on. But we also could do blowing our answers in our hands. How about that? All right, so let's take 513 and let's blow our expanded form into our hands. You ready? Let's do it. And on 3, let's it go. 1, 2, 3. 500 plus 10 plus 3. I hope that's what you had, because if you did, you're correct. So let's go ahead and put 500 plus 10 plus 3. Okay. So that's what that should look like. Let's try our next one. 673. Want to blow the answer into our hand again? Let's give it a try. All right, so take your expanded form for 673, blow it in your hand, and let it go. 600 plus 70 plus 3 is the answer that you should have. So you have your hundreds plus your tens plus your ones. Great job. And it should look like that. Perfect. We have 2 more left. 947. How did you write the expanded form for 947? Let's do it again. Take your answer, blow it in your hand. Hold it tight, hold it tight, hold it tight, and let it go. 900 plus 40 plus 7. Remember how easy expanded form is, because when we say our expanded form, we're actually saying the number itself. 900 plus 40 plus 7 is 947. Perfect. All right, we have one more to do, and it's this last one down here, 682. All right, it's down on the bottom. I'm having a hard time with this camera. Take that last number, that expanded form for 682, blow it in your hand. Hold on to it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Let it go. 600 plus 80 plus 2. Perfect. All right. Awesome job, guys. So if you want to do some more of these on your own, go for it. You can make up some of your own. Maybe your parents or whoever you are working with can make up some for you. Practicing our expanded form is always a great thing. Also, what you might want to do as well is maybe take your numbers and do your base 10 blocks for them. So let's say we took 234, which was our first number, okay? And we did our base 10 block. So 200 would be 2 flats, 30 would be our 3 longs, and 4 would be our 4 ones. So you could also practice your base 10 blocks. All right, this is all review. This is nothing new. Not trying to give you anything that's going to stress you out. We just want to keep your brain sharp. We want to keep you remembering the things that you've learned. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed your expanded form, and I will see you guys again soon.